What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. So, this is going to be another Geets video, and basically a continuation of my previous one. So, if you haven't checked that out yet, link is going to be down in the description. So, episode 31 reveals a little bit more about Ace's origin and also the principle of how wishes are granted in the DGP. So before we move on with this video, I highly recommend that you guys go check out the latest episodes. Make sure you're caught up with all of them because there are going to be spoilers. Now, I also would have to mention episode 30 as well. So again, if you haven't done it yet, please go watch the latest episodes before coming to this video. Otherwise, if you don't mind spoilers, then enjoy. So, like I've said in the previous episode, episode 30, we find out or we learn that Geets's mother or Ace's mother, also called the Mitsume, is the goddess of creation herself. And now we learn in episode 31 that Ace is a human who isn't supposed to exist. So we learn through Niram that Ace's mother, Mitsume, aka the goddess of creation, uh, was a person from the ancient past, so like 2,000 years ago or so. And then we learn that Ace's father, whoever it is, was actually a man from the future. And as Niram actually explains, so people of the future have completely different physical structures than humans of the past. So, like ancient humans until modern day humans. So, basically, humans of the future have changed so drastically that they wouldn't be able to, reproduce with any human from the past, basically. However, with that said, Ace actually came from that union. So whoever Ace's father is came from the future and so happens to, fall in love with Mitsume, aka the goddess of creation, and then, Ace was born. However, Mitsume may have some supernatural powers of her own, or because she is the goddess of creation, she was somehow able to, form Ace as a child. And again, we don't know much about the smaller details because we don't actually see how it happened. So it's just revealed or it's just implied that Ace's father is from the future, Ace's mother is from the ancient past. So it may have something to do with his, ability to reincarnate. But who knows? This may also be a result of Ace having joined the DGP so many times in his different lifetimes. So again, we're not really sure about those smaller details, but this is what we know so far. Now moving on to the mechanics of how wishes are granted in the DGP. So the current boss, or the final boss actually, of the Yamato Grand Prix, which has basically replaced the DGP as of the moment. So the final boss, quote unquote, is a corrupted copy of the goddess of creation. And by that, they also copied how the goddess functions. So it turns out that in order for the DGP winner's wishes to be granted, the goddess of creation takes away happiness from other people. So I guess this could explain what happens to those who were eliminated from the TGP, whether they were offed or they were disqualified. So we learned way before that those who are disqualified from the TGP lose their desires. So whether it's their happiness or their desires, so the goddess of creation has to take that away from them, use it as power to grant the wishes of the winners. So if that makes sense, but this is how I see it. So again, if for example you are part of the DGP, right? Yeah, for example, you joined the DGP and you were eliminated, let's say by disqualification. So you survive, right? But you still lose. So what happens is like you lose that passion, that desire for what you want in the first place. So let's say Kewa, for example. If you're like Kewa, you want everyone to be happy. Now we have seen Kewa being eliminated before. So what happened was, Kewa having been eliminated, so he lost that desire to make everyone happy, and he became more selfish, right? So it means that the goddess of or the goddess had taken away that desire or happiness, if you would call that, and use it as some kind of power to grant Ace's wish, if that makes sense. But that's the gist of it. So upon hearing this revelation, so Kewa, who wants to make everyone happy, is of course enraged by this, and seeing that Ace is basically the embodiment of that system, of course, he's extra angry, you know. So going back to Ace's origin, so if uh, you know, a child, conceiving a child is impossible within a union of uh, Homo sapiens or a human being from this time period or even from the past, especially. And then a human from maybe thousands of years in the future. We don't really know how far in the future, Niram, Jean, and the other supporters originate, but basically it's physically impossible for them to conceive a child because, as again Niram explained it, their genetics are just completely different. So it may be so Mitsume, as the goddess of creation, used her powers to conceive Ace. So she has to take happiness from other people to create Ace, to create her own happiness. Again, this is why I say Ace is the embodiment of this system that Kewa hates so much, or uh, you know, taking other people's happiness, just many people's happiness. If you think about it, you take happiness from many people just to grant the wishes of one. So this is why Kewa is so angry, right? So again, Ace is the embodiment of that, and of course now that Ace knows it, thanks to Daichi, aka Nudge Sparrow. So Nudge Sparrow also saw what happened. So maybe like 2 episodes ago, when he and Michinaga learned the truth about Ace. So it's Daichi who reveals that secret to Ace, by the way. So another spoiler there. And uh, so how is Ace going to deal with all of this? How is his relationship with Kewa going to change? Right? I don't think Kewa is going to be completely taken out just yet. So, again, another spoiler here. So, we kind of see Kewa get eliminated in this round of the JGP, or the Yamato Grand Prix. But there is a possibility, a huge possibility, or actually we are definitely sure that Kawa will return in one way or another, but maybe this could lead him to be enemies with Ace, right? So he's going to try and eliminate Ace and basically like destroy the DGP system altogether, and maybe become more like Michinaga, in his way of thinking. So, what do you guys think? How is everything going to change from here on out? So, please let me know down in the comments. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. And as always, please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you next time. Bye.